What's up, everybody? I'm here with another book review. This time I want to talk about number 48 in the original Goosebumps series. This is Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. And I do want to show you guys my other copy of this. I do have this copy. I don't have the newest edition reprint thing. I thought I did, but I couldn't find it. So this will be the copy that I'll be holding up. So yeah, let's take a look at this awesome cover art. Very cool stuff. I love the trees and the jack-o'-lanterns, the little dog. Very cool stuff. This is probably one of my top 10 favorite covers. One day, God willing, I may do a ranking of the covers. So yeah, this is a weird book because I don't have a ton of nostalgia for this. I don't remember where I was at when I read it. Usually I do. Don't remember that. I do vaguely remember the beginning confusing me, and then I do remember some of the twist ending it, and I thought I remembered it totally different. This actually blew my mind when I finished this because I was like, I totally remember that differently. And matter of fact, when I read this, I remember being very excited for a certain aspect of the episode to look a little different. So this is kind of like a Mandela effect for me. I finished this last night and I even told my fiance, I was like, I remember this way differently. Like, I was 100% sure that I remembered this, but yeah. The story itself follows Tabby, or follows, there's a lot of characters in this book, so I may get some names confused. But it follows Drew and Walker. They're talking about how much they love Halloween, and they're talking about the past 2 years of Halloween. They got two frenemies named Tabby and Lee, and they ruined Halloween for them. And what they did was they invited them two, Walker and Drew, and they had two other friends named Shane and Shauna, and then, Tabby and Lee, of course, are there. And these robbers break into this Halloween party, and they make all the kids do push-ups until they're done, or until they figure out that it's just two friends. They take their mask off, and it's two friends of Lee's, and yeah, they scare them. Pretty scary stuff. Like, I'd actually be pretty scared of that as a kid, but yeah, this does get a little creepy. It was surprisingly creepy because jack-o'-lanterns aren't super scary. They're just a staple of Halloween. But yeah, Stein does a good job of this. But anyway, they plan on revenge. Drew and Walker plan revenge for the next year. And what they do is they get the slime and they're going to throw it on top of Tabby, I think. And Lee cancels, and then the slime falls onto the couch and it burns a hole in the couch. And yeah, so I think they get in trouble from the parents. So long story short, they ruined Halloween for them, and they want revenge this year. So Shane and Shauna are back, and they plan to help them get revenge, and Drew has this idea on how to get revenge. So yeah, the next scene, they end up going trick-or-treating, and they end up at this house, and they go inside, and when they go inside, there's this old couple. This lady invites the kids to come inside, which this is never a thing when I was growing up, but I've seen this, I think, twice in a Goosebumps book, where you get invited inside of a house on Halloween. Like, you don't do that, but anyway, they go inside and they see this guy upstairs, and he has these kids in costumes, like, in his attic or upstairs. Not in the attic, but upstairs, and he just has a group of them, and he's like saying that he wants to see their costumes and stuff like that. This turns out to be a daydream, which is ridiculous, but that scene was creepy. That was like the scariest part of this book. Very scary, like nightmare fuel. The episode does this even better by having the guy like deformed and having the kids in shackles and stuff. I would have been so scared of this if I saw this as a kid. I saw this when I was 20, and I still didn't really remember this, but yeah, I didn't remember that scene at all. If you guys want to check out my review on Instagram, it's the same as my name on here, I think. But yeah, very cool stuff. So that ends up being a daydream, so nothing happens. They're back at home, and they want to go trick-or-treating, but the mom of Drew, she says that you can't, we don't want you going trick-or-treating because there's these people that went missing a few days ago, months, or weeks ago or something. And she's like, I really want to go trick-or-treating. This is probably our last year, we're old, getting old, And Walker comes in, and, he does the whole thing where he's dressed up as a dark and stormy night, and the dad asks, "Where's the storm at? I see the dark," and he sprays him with water. I don't remember what Drew is in the book. I think she's something different in the episode. In the episode, she's a superhero. But yeah, so they end up going. The dad ends up saying, they're going to be in a group. They'll be fine. This is only adults that got kidnapped, which is still crazy. I don't think, like letting kids go trick or treating when anybody's going missing is very big. But they end up going. They don't see Shane and Shauna right away, but they meet up with Tabby and Lee. They end up running into these jack o' lantern people dressed as jack o' lanterns, and they say, let's go trick or treating, talk on this hissing voice kind of thing. And they go in through the woods and they find this whole new neighborhood of people giving out candy, and they start making them fill their bags up with candy, and it gets overfilled, and they keep saying like more houses, keep trick or treating, and they're like, how long do you want us to trick or treat? They say forever. They want you to keep going. So they start going trick or treating. Things are getting kind of weird, especially when they like these people lead them through the woods. In my head, I'm thinking like this is kind of creepy because if I wasn't 100% sure these people were them, they're in costume. That would have been kind of creepy, kind of scary. There's a scene where I think Tabby knocks off one of the heads because they think that, all right, Shane and Sean, cut it out, take the costume off. They knock the heads off, and it still talks and starts like laughing, and it starts like hee 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 laughing. Very cool stuff. Loved it. There's like flames shooting out of these pumpkin heads' faces. Very awesome. I had a lot of fun with the second half of this book. Yeah. So they start trying to run away because even the other two, they're scared too. So they start trying to run away, and these pumpkinhead people like shoot their flames in the air, make this weird siren sound, and all of a sudden, all of these other jack-o'-lantern people start coming out, and they're holding 4 jack-o'-lantern heads in their hand, and they pick them up to set them on top of the other 4 kids, and that's kind of the ending. I'm not going to say much more. I've already said a lot, but yeah, that's basically the gist of Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. I kind of summarized everything in like 2 minutes, but yeah. The beginning of this book was very, very, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't cohesive at all. It was just kind of, like, it started off in present day, then they go back, and then they come back to the year after. I think I would have just done it, like, with the robbery thing and been done with it. Skip the part with the slime, because it felt kind of rushed. It felt weird. But yeah, the whole jack-o'-lantern thing where they go into this whole town that they don't recognize and they start trick-or-treating and have to trick-or-treat forever was very cool. And then when they run out of candy, I forgot to mention that they make you, or they fill up the bags of candy. They make you eat the candy and then, start feeling sick. It's very gross. I was, when I was trick-or-treating, you always had to have your candy checked before you ate any of it. So yeah, even that a little bit was kind of scary to me, but yeah, this was a fantastic book. I really enjoyed it, especially the second half. The first half was just kind of okay, and going back to the part that I remember differently. So I specifically remember finishing this book and thinking, I can't wait to see what a certain aspect of the episode looks like. Well, that part in the book never happens. And I remember reading this last night. I was on page like 110, and I was like, wow, this is wrapping up pretty quick. I was thinking it had 120 pages. So I was like, well, when does that scene happen? I mean, a certain part already happened where that could have been revealed, but it didn't. And then it just ended. And I was like, oh, that's it. That's the ending of the book. I was like, okay, so I totally remember this wrong. And yeah, it very much tricked me. Like, I just remembered it totally different. Like I said, it's Mandela effect. But yeah, Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns is a very fun Halloween, very, very Halloween book. I think this is even more Halloween-esque than probably the Haunted Mask. I do remember seeing like Halloween decorations and stuff on the Haunted Mask, the book at least. But I remember I felt like this one had a lot more pumpkins and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but the episode even had a ton of jack-o'-lanterns, Halloween decorations, but the Haunted Mask is just its own Halloween thing, the episode. But yeah, Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, I'll probably give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. Without the beginning being so clunky, I think that would probably be the correct word. It would have been a perfect book, especially the second half. Stein somehow made this creepy, this innocent Halloween jack-o'-lantern things seem very, very scary. But yeah, I'd give Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns probably a 4 out of 5 stars. Very fun book. I do recommend this one, especially around the time of the year right now. The episode is pretty close to being better. I would say I probably had more fun. I probably had more fun with the episode, if I'm being honest, because they revealed something that I remembered differently. Other than that, there's really not much to complain about the episode. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but probably the only thing that I'd complain about is how the jack-o'-lanterns look. I didn't love the fact that they just look like something you would get at a costume. That's one of the reasons why I did buy the Haunted Mask 1 and 2 from Trick or Treat Studios, but I didn't buy the jack-o'-lanterns because they look kind of boring. Like, they're not super... I'd much prefer if they were more cartoonish looking, but that's just my opinion. 4 out of 5 stars from me for Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. Please let me know in the comments below, what did you think about this book? Is it one of your favorites? Is it your favorite of all time? Yeah, this one definitely won me over in the second half. Like I said, that one dream sequence was super creepy, and jack-o'-lanterns leading kids in the woods and making these weird siren noises and their heads falling off and still talking. Very creepy. Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars from me, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.